Hey, welcome back to the channel and to another video. Today's walk around day again. I've got another amazing camper to share with you, and this is actually the third two-tone van that we've done literally in the last couple of months. Since we started the business about 3 years ago, previously we've done about 3 two-tone campers, and literally in the last 2 months we've done another 3 two-tone vans. So our customers just seem to be liking the two-tone vans at the moment. We did finish one about a week or so ago, which was Viper green and white. You might have seen that on the YouTube channel. So if you didn't see that one, I will put a link up here on the video somewhere so you can go and watch the walk around of that one. That was an amazing combination of colours with the Viper green and white. It looked really, really nice. And we really love the colour of this two-tone van. It looks really, really nice, and I'd love to get your feedback. So the customer that actually bought this van went through our source and convert service. So we actually sourced a white van from a VW dealership, and then we've done the full Explorer package, plus the Induction, plus two-tone and a few other little bits as well. So what I'll do first is put the drone in the air and whiz it around the van so you can see the external part of the van and see what it looks like from a distance. And then what I'll do is I'll hop back in here and I will talk through all the colour combinations and also the Explorer features and all the other little bits of extras that we've added to this van. So make sure you hang around to the end of this video because I think you're going to like this camper and I would love to get your feedback. And also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure you do that so you don't miss any of my future walkarounds and all the information videos that I do. Okay, so that's enough of my waffling. Let's get the drone in the air and I will see you outside. Okay, here we are then. So what I want to do is just quickly talk about the base vehicle, then I'm going to hop straight into the back because it is a little bit windy today, so I want to get away from the wind on the microphone. So this is a 2024 VW T6.1 Highline. This is actually a brand new van, so it's one of the last T6.1 vans that we've found with delivery miles. It's done less than 200 miles from new. It's got nearly 3 years of warranty. The van is a manual with a 150 horsepower engine. Okay, so this is also quite rare. Most of the manual vans are 110 horsepower, but we managed to source this one and a couple of others manual 150s, so it does make a little bit of a difference. The van was a white van when we bought it, but we have two-toned it, so it's had a full spray job on the bottom half of the van, and the colour is a gloss blue. It's a really, really nice shade of blue. I don't know if this video is showing it in all its glory, but it's a really, really nice contrast with the white and the blue, and this is probably one of my favourite two-tones that we've done. I do like the copper bronze, and I did like the Viper green, but if I was to choose one, I think I'd go for something like this with this blue colour. It's really, really classy colour and really suits the van. A nice retro look, it looks really, really cool. And then what we've done as well is we have colour-coded the VW badges and the strip on the front of the grille. So we've sprayed painted the VW part of the badge, and then also that strip that goes through the grille bit there as well. And we've done the same on the back of the van as well. So the van's had the Explorer package, so it's had the full works outside. It's had the 20-inch Riviera alloys and brand new tyres. It's been lowered by 40mm. We fitted the gloss black splitter. It's also had the universal awning rail, but we've actually missed off the colour-coded spoiler on this van because the customer is going to be having a bike rack fitted. So if you want a bike rack on the back of the tailgate, then you do need to miss off that spoiler. You can't have both. But I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. That's just something to bear in mind. This van is a tailgate, so obviously it's quite a sought-after model with it being a tailgate. And as you can see, it looks absolutely amazing from all angles. In fact, I've told you wrong there. We didn't actually fit a universal rail on this one. We have fitted the Fiamma canopy on this van. So if you want a pull-out canopy which attaches to the van, we can do that as an extra. It's not part of the package. So that actually fits onto the side of the van, and you actually wind that canopy out using a little stick that you use to wind it out, and then you pull the legs out. So this is a good solution if you don't want to store a canopy or an awning in the van. You want to keep it out of the way, but that is permanently on the side of the van there. And that's what this customer chose. So again, that is something we can do for you if you prefer that to the universal rail. And then the customer's gone for the grey canvas, which you can't really see very well because I've got the scenic open because it's such a beautiful day today. So that's a grey scenic canvas with the white roof top to match the van. And of course it's a West Dubs roof. We only use West Dubs roofs, really good quality. And these scenic canvases are great when it's nice weather like this. and we fit scenic canvases to all of our campers. Okay, so I think you've seen enough of the outside now. So what I'll do is I'll just jump in the back of the van now and I'll talk through all the colour choices and some of the extras and things in the back as well. Okay, here we are. So I'll take a little step back so you can see all the colours in the light. I like to do these videos outside if I can because it's just much better in the natural light, although it's very, very sunny today, so it's not quite as good as it would be if it was a cloudy day. But anyway, I'll talk through the colours. So the colour of this furniture is one we've used I think once before. We've got a few different variations of green that we can do. This one is called Fjord Green, and it's actually a matte finish. Okay, so some of our customers do prefer the matte finish to the gloss. It's definitely better in terms of fingerprints. The gloss does show up fingerprints a little bit more, especially on the darker colours. But most of the colours we do, we can do in matte as well. So the Fjord Green is one of them. So it's a really nice light green. They've gone for the champagne trim on the drawers and doors. You'll see this bit of trim that runs down here. You can choose the colour of this trim. We do like a dark grey, a silver, a black, and this champagne, which looks really nice with this furniture. Now they've gone for the slate blinds, which is probably the most popular colour of blind, which is like a medium grey. And then they've gone for the light grey splashback, and then obviously the solid oak worktops and table, which I think as a combination works really, really well. And then they've gone for the dark grey timber, which is quite a popular colour now. We're using the dark grey a lot more than we are with the silver one, which we used to use a lot of. And that again matches the slate blinds really well and just looks really nice. And I have to apologise for the sheep in the background, they're going absolutely crazy behind me. Anyway, so the upholstery is the petrol, okay, so it's kind of a grey blue colour. It's got like a bit of a blue tinge to it, but it does contrast really well with this Fjord Green furniture. We have used this petrol colour quite a few times. We've done it on a few Ravenna vans and vans with sort of a bluey tinge to the furniture, so it works well with green and also with the blues. And then they've gone for the Bentley stitching, the Bentley style on the rib bed, and then we've actually matched the stitching as closely as we can to the furniture, so you'll see there's a really, really close match between that stitching and the Fjord Green furniture, which I think looks really, really nice. And then at the front of the van did have a double seat, so we've taken that out. They wanted a single captain seat for the passenger, so we've taken that out, replaced that for the single. So you've got two sport seats with the extra foam in them, which look really nice, really comfortable. So two captain seats. The van itself is a Highline, so it's got all the Highline features. As I said, it's a 150 manual gearbox. It's got heated seats, LED lights, and all the usual Highline features. So it's a really, really nice base vehicle, and it's brand spanking new. Now this customer has gone for the induction. Most of our customers tend to go for the induction option now, because for the amount of money extra it is, it does give you a huge amount of return for it. So if you want to upgrade from gas to fully electric, it's £950 plus VAT on top of the Explorer package. But the massive benefit of that is that, number one, you get rid of all the gas, you don't have a gas bottle on board. But number two is that we upgrade the electrics quite considerably from the gas vans. So we upgrade the battery from a 100 amp lithium battery to a 280 amp lithium battery, which is a huge jump in power. And we upgrade the inverter from 1000 watt to 2000 watts. Which means you can plug in most things to those 240 volt sockets off grid. Okay, so if you're not using the induction and you want to plug in, hair dryers, straighteners, even e-bikes to charge up, laptops and iPads, you can do all of that off grid because you've got such a huge amount of battery power and inverter power. So these induction hobs take 1000 watts of power each. So if you only have one on, then of course that's only taking 1000 watts. So you've got another 1000 watts to play with. You could plug something else in on through the inverter. If you've got both induction hobs on, that's taking full capacity on the inverter. So if you're cooking with two hobs, you would only be able to do that while you're cooking. But when you're not using induction, that's really when you've got a huge amount of opportunity to go off grid and not be tied down to campsites. And if you're on a campsite that doesn't have a hookup point available, then of course you can still plug things in, which is a really big plus point for most of our customers. Now all the electrics are controlled through this little 7-inch display here. You control your lights, your water, your USBs. You turn on the inverter there. You could also check the water levels and also the leisure battery levels and things like that. So most things are controlled on that panel, and then the little panel above that is the diesel heater. So that's where you turn on the heat and you adjust the thermostat and the timer and things like that just above there. And then you've got the two 240 volt sockets and then the two USB points in there as well. And then you do have two USBs in the front of the van as well for charging. Now in terms of the storage, if you've not seen our videos before, I'll just quickly walk you through the storage. So you've got a nice size cutlery drawer there with a little tray. We provide a little cutlery tray in there. You've got a decent sized freezer, and that's actually a removable freezer compartment in there. So you can store plenty of food and beers and things like that on your trip. And then you've got two lovely sized cupboards at the top. You've got one nice size one here at the top and then one at the bottom here as well. And if you are planning to use a porta potty, that will fit the 145 porta potty absolutely perfectly in there, and that's the smallest porta potty you can get, but it fits in there really nicely. And then you can access underneath the rib bed, underneath here from the front. So this little door comes down, so you've got full maximum access underneath the bed there for storage, and then you can also access that from the rear as well, which I'll show you in a sec. Now in terms of flooring, they've gone for the wood effect flooring, which is a vinyl. It's an Altro vinyl, but it looks very, very realistic, as you can see. With that grain, they've got it really looking realistic. So if that's your cup of tea, you like the wood look, we've got 3 or 4 different wood finishes you can use on the floor, or you can just go for the normal block colour of Altro. And then also I forgot to mention the locker cupboard at the back there. So you've got another additional locker cupboard at the back there, which runs the full width of the van. So it's not just the door, where you can see the door, it actually goes all the way left to right as well. So it's a big space up there. And then the customer also went for an extra reading light above the rib bed. That's a little movable spotlight in addition to the spotlights on this side, and they've also gone for a pop-top reading light up here as well. So if you're in the pop-top at night, you can sort of open this little sort of lift up that little spotlight, and there is a USB point for charging on that as well. So there are a couple of extras that you can add to the van. And then in terms of blinds as well, you've got one obviously above the kitchen, you've got one on the tailgate, and you've got blinds on both these windows here as well. And if you want to block out the front windows, the windscreen and the side windows, you just get some window covers that go over those windows. And we do sell those as an accessory on our store as well if you want those. Okay, so as usual, I'd really love to get your feedback on this colour combination. What do you think to this fjord green along with the petrol seats? I really like this combination. I think it works really well with the green and the blue. And also with the oak. If you want a more contemporary look, you could go for the white acrylic worktop and table, which really lifts the brightness in the van. It just makes it a bit more contemporary. Or you might want to go for the oak, which is a bit more kind of classic. I really like both of them. I think it just depends really on your taste though. So just let us know what you think in the comment section below. So I'll just nip around the back then and just show you the van with the tailgate open. Okay, here we are. So this is the back of the rib bed. So this is a fixed rib bed. It's not got a rail system. So with the fixed rib bed, you do get about a foot and a little bit of space here at the back. So most people do prefer the rib because it does give you this extra space at the back, whereas a rock and roll bed comes right up to here at the back of the van, so you don't have any storage space there. So that's the main benefit of a rib bed. Plus with a rib bed you can actually adjust this back bit here like that, so you can actually sit up in bed. So that's the backboard for your bed, so you can actually recline that up and down so you can prop yourself up in bed. And then what a lot of our customers do is they'll flatten that backboard there and they use it as a shelf for storage. So I'll just do that for you now. So as you can see, you can now use this back bed board to put things on top of there and use it as a storage platform, and then put things underneath that as well. You can stack things right up to the top there, so you've got plenty of storage at the back there. And then you've also got a nice cupboard at the back here, which is a decent size, and we have fitted a shower point on the back of this van, so that is also a little bit of an extra. It's not very expensive, and that shower point here just clips onto this little connection point here. It just clips on there, and then that feeds off the underslung water. So you've got 60 litres of underslung water underneath the van, tucked away out the way. And then you've also got another cupboard down the bottom here, which is again a decent size. Doesn't have the gas bottle in there obviously because it's an induction van. So you've got another free space under there. And then you can also access underneath the rib bed from the back here as well. So you've got plenty of access to anything that you've got stored underneath there as well. And then if we go down here, you can see just under here there's a little connection point there for the water. So that's where you connect your hose pipe to and to your outside tap. And that's how you fill up your 60 litre water tank, and you can actually release the water from there as well if you want to. And then the hookup point is on this side of the van, so we just lift that up there. That's where your hookup cable goes onto if you're going to be hooking up at a campsite. Okay, so that's it for my little walk around of this amazing camper. I really hope you like it. I'd love to get your feedback on it, so please do leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below this video on YouTube. And if you like the thought of a two-tone camper, it's actually a little bit easier for us to find white vans. There does tend to be more white vans out there, so it's a little bit easier for us to source a white van. And then we can get it booked in for a two-tone. And you can choose any colour you want really. If you choose to have it sprayed rather than a wrap, then we can virtually offer you any colour that you want, so you can be really creative with the colour of the outside of the van. But aside from that, if you are in the market for a VW camper and you want to get something sorted over the next few months, and you have a load of questions and maybe you're just really early in your research process, it is a bit of a minefield. But we do have nearly 200 videos on our YouTube channel now where I answer most questions that newbies have. So make sure you have a scroll through our YouTube channel, because you're probably going to find an answer to your questions, and you can have a really good look around some of our other campers. We've got lots and lots of walk around videos. And if you'd like to have a chat to me personally and get your questions answered, all you need to do is go to our website, go to highlifecampers.co.uk, just head to the contact page and you can schedule a time in my calendar and I will give you a call, and we can have half an hour, 40 minutes on the phone, and I'll answer all your questions and we can talk about our availability and just go through things in general. And if you've not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that so you don't miss any of my future walkarounds and all my other information videos. And if you've got value from this video and you've enjoyed the content, please also consider hitting that like button, and I will see you in the next video. Speak soon.